Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest Carabao Cup Semi Final, fourth leg. Joining me today is the main man himself, as I always call him. Sure, for hearing me saying this, the man with the knowledge. Tom, who are you?
Grand yourself.
Good. I've gotten a lot calmer since the weekend, so let's hope I don't get back into that mood tomorrow, because I doubt it. But you never know. You never know football at Manchester United these days. But I mean, Tom, probably no need for me to explain to you, but a lot of news coming out about Man United owners and all that. And anyways, Glazers, blah blah blah. Not sure whether you've seen it. You've probably heard about it, but it's all over the kip.
I've heard a bit, but I've not seen too much of it. To be fair, I've just heard that like there's people interested in us, but with that will get them. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Like, I mean, just few rumors. I mean, there's been rumors many times of us getting new owners and nothing's happened. So I don't know, to be honest, who and who not to believe. Probably there's rumors at the end of the day, but sure, just gotta see what happens really.
Yeah. Well, this came out this morning from the Athletic. For now, Qatar has a watching brief on United, but it was described as an evolving situation. They expect a consortium to emerge from Saudi Arabia. The British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe, who recently recruited Jean-Claude Blanc from PSG to lead his Ineos group, is seen as a rival with bids expected from private equity and tech. And the Glazer family, well, we already hope, well, we had hoped before this. The Glazer family hope to have sold Manchester United by the time the summer transfer window comes around. So we'll start off with Qatar, Tom, and all that, and anyways, Jim Ratcliffe, all that. But the Qatar briefing on United, would you like Qatar to maybe buy Manchester United, or what are you saying?
Well, first off, as long as the Glazers are gone, I'm happy. I mean, they would have a lot of money, in fairness, and hopefully they'll have good interest in the club and hopefully bring the club to where we want to be. But obviously you got to trust them, you got to back them at the start, obviously, because if you don't back them, then you're not going to get anywhere with them. I'd like to see it, I guess. I mean, just as long as the Glazers are gone, I'm happy. I don't really care who comes. As long as the Glazers are gone and we get someone who cares for this club and who knows the best of this club comes in, I'm more than happy enough to accept them into this club and have them be our owners. That's what I want. I don't really mind who it is or how much. Obviously, I want them a bit of money, but just as long as it's someone who knows what the club wants and someone who loves the club and gives it their all, I'm happy. Don't mind who it is, just as long as it's someone who cares.
Yeah. And I said, don't care who it is, but would Jim Ratcliffe be? Would he? Like, what are you saying?
I guess because I mean he support the club. I think I'm pretty sure he supports the club, and I do, and he would have a good knowledge of English football and all that. He wouldn't kind of know stuff, so I'd say he'd probably be my favourite. To be fair, I think getting him would be a good move, and I would like to see him obviously at the club. So he'd be my first choice in fairness, but as long as someone that knows the best of the club, because I'm happy. But yeah, I put him driving market first because he seems, from what I've heard from him, nothing really wrong with him. He seems pretty spot on with these things. To be fair, I would like to see him the owner of this club.
Yeah, and ask me this because I answer me this. Sorry, Manchester United and American owners don't seem to go well, do they?
No, I mean it's an element of luck, really. At the day, it's just an element of luck, really. I mean, obviously Glazers, it's just bad luck because we got owners who do not care one bit for this club. But honestly, you got to hope luck's on your side, and you got to be sensible of who you appoint and who you let do what. It's just being sensible and an element of luck, because I mean, we tried the Glazers years and years ago, didn't work out. But sure, it's just really you just got to hope you're on the lucky side, and hopefully that you appoint the right people and they do the right thing for the club. So I think hopefully this one will be a bit more luck here with whoever we appoint the owner, or whoever the new owner turns out to be. But sure, we just gotta wait and see as fans. Just gotta hope for the best. That's all we can really do.
Yeah. So say if Manchester United, right? Say tomorrow morning, you wake up, go on your phone and see so and so American, whatever, want to buy the club. Would you be a bit like fucking hell, or would you be like, all right, how much do they have? What's their past?
I want to hear a bit about them. I want to see what knowledge they have and what have they had experience owning football club before and a bit about them. I mean, I wouldn't instantly just put them because they're American. I know fair enough is obviously the whole myth of Americans and soccer or whatever, all that nonsense. Obviously you gotta be a bit wary because of the Glazers, but at the same time you gotta maybe listen to them and see what they're going to offer and see what they have to say. Gotta give them a bit of a chance before you go to judge them. But at the same time, if you hear something you're happy with and you don't think these guys are right to manage football club or own the football club, then you best just stay away from them, because I mean you gotta obviously give them a chance and see what they have to say. But at the same time, honestly, just you hear stuff you don't like, or you're not impressed with what they say, or you don't trust them, then don't have them in the club. That's why I say.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Glazers, I know I think they own Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they bought us, but I mean, again, they bought us through a loan. The club's in debt. Jesus Christ, Thomas, it's like they probably don't. I can't remember the last time I've seen the Glazers at a Manchester United match. I just can't.
Yeah, because those are owners that don't care. These are owners that like could not care less. I mean, they don't even turn up to our matches. Like, I mean, like that's bare minimum. I don't care if you live in America or whatever, but that's you own a football team, a football team as big as Man. That's bare minimum to turn up to the games, and they don't even turn up to games. How absolutely dare you think it's that us fans watch the matches and we support this club through thick and thin, and you've got owners who just sit there and just probably don't even know half the results. They might just look it up on Google and say, "Oh, how's he
I'll be
play?
surprised if
Oh,
they
we
even do
won.
that.
Oh, well done."
I'll be surprised if they even bothered their whole. So what how did Manchester United do today? No, I wouldn't be. I honestly, if they, I mean, yeah, they do that fair, but like, I mean, you look at Todd Bowley. Yeah, he might be a shit owner, but he's at the
He's got a
Chelsea
lot of money. He's
games.
spending money on some good players. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you got. I
yeah,
mean, he's not been awful. I mean, to be honest, I know, like, obviously in American football, like, when you put a lot of money into a team and he doesn't have much knowledge of the thing, he's gonna get confident, and make some bad decisions. That's always gonna happen with an American.
yeah.
Top ball, like he's got money, he's making some. I think the signings will be good in the future because he's signing some good young players like Mudryk. I mean, even though he only paid half rank as Liverpool, that guy looks really good. Honestly,
Oh
that
yeah.
guy looking proper good in fairness, like, and he's better things to come of him. And I was also like he signs some young players like the Fafana guy. He's also like he's basically a lot of signings to be fair. And in fairness, I understand why they're good signings in the long run. I do think for development and building them up and having them like improve over the years and have them into the first team. I think they're good signings, and I understand where he's going from. But at the same time, some of the things. I mean, he once said 4-4-3. That's not even formation. That's 12 players on the pitch. Like you can't even get players on the pitch right. Then I don't think you can like that's stupid. 4-4-3.
Yeah,
That's not even a formation. That's an extra player on the team.
Yeah. I mean,
give me the word to live. That's.
I remember the charity game between the Sidemen and YouTube All Stars, and I remember Mark got over to the video I shot Speed, and he was like,
yeah, he said
4-4-3, and I thought, am I getting deja vu or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, like Archer Speech is a guy who acts like he's an ass the whole time. I don't care if it's Ronaldo. I mean, no, like he's funny. Like give him that. Like, but
his football knowledge is shy.
Americans of football do not go well together. I think that's something that's what's true.
I was actually glad when they got knocked out of the World Cup. Won't lie to you.
They were hard to go far anyway, but yeah.
No, but I mean, when he made it out of the group, I thought, "Jeez, here we go again." But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you're saying, Tom. I mean, I don't know. I mean, City always have their owners at the games. Arsenal, I know Arsenal wanted to crowd out, but I mean, look at Arsenal now, top of the league. As much as I hate Arsenal, credit where credit's due. They are having a great season. Arteta's doing a great job.
I also think they'll win it. Honestly, I do. But not
exactly.
I mean, no, Arsenal, like the turnout they've had. I mean, when you see a team play now, they're a good team. They can play some good football. Like I have to say, like I mean, they've only lost to us still. I mean, I know we didn't beat them last weekend, but we're losing to beat them in the Premier League still.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like fair play to them. Like they deserve to win it. Like I think they will win it. But even if they don't deserve to win, and even if they come second, they still have an incredible season. Honestly, fair play to them. They've been absolutely fantastic. Barely put foot wrong, and like Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Saliba, like the team they have now, which Granit Xhaka, that whole team is honestly just like every one of those players would be proud of themselves. They're absolutely they're going far. Every one of those players, they're going far. Like that team is such a solid team. I mean, and obviously I know they were calling for Trash to be sacked. Obviously when they were losing games left, right, center, and all that. Like, but honestly, the transformation he's had the team, fair play to him. Honestly, fair play to him. The way he's got them playing, the players he's got, the performance he's getting out of them, like honestly, I like fair play to him. Fair play to him.
Yeah, and that team is still fairly young. I know Xhaka might be probably a bit old, but like, you know, he's not playing. No, he's in his 30s, I'd say. He's still doing a good job. Odegaard is still fairly.
I honestly say Jack is one of the most improved, if not the most improved player in our team. The improvement he's had is massive. Remember before everyone was saying he was terrible, he was donkey. I
thought Jambar. I think you're talking nearly 3 years ago. Jambar when he was coming off and the fans were booing him.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Fuck off to the fans." I thought he's done. He's gone. No.
Yeah. yeah, you think he's done after doing something like as hideous as that, like, but look at the transformation he's had. I mean, that's why you never give up. Things like that. You think after doing that he would be done with the club and he'd probably never play for him again. But look what he's done. Look how he improved, and look where he is now. Fair play
Yeah.
to him. But like it's honestly just unbelievable. Like how you can turn around that much. Like.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And listen, if you win the title, they deserve it. Obviously, if to win it, they do deserve it to win it. They're not an oil club, so I hate them. But if they won it, fair enough. But anyways, Michael, how's you?
Yeah, I'm great, bro. I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good. Before you just hopped in, me and Tom were talking about the ownership and that. Have you seen the news? Yeah. Like if you haven't,
Yeah,
I'll read about it. Yeah. From what you've
yeah.
read, what do you think?
Uh, well, I actually think it's a you know it's a good step forward, if you know what I mean. It's what we all have expected or what we all wanted. 17 years plus. Having the Glazers in charge, of course, it's parasitic and it's terrible. And was it not my is it Mike Keegan, the journalist who,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, of
yeah,
course, it's a progress. It's a step forward, giving us the notion that in the next 2 to 3 weeks we could actually see um, a lot of activities going on in terms of club sales. So it's great. It's great having to have the Glazers finally leave the club, once and for all. And I think what we need to be worried about as fans, I think it's um, who comes in. We need to know who exactly will come in, and we should be worried because we definitely want competent, somebody who is credible, if you know what I mean. Somebody who knows
yeah,
football, not just having any owner who comes in and spends money. You should be able to you know back the manager, you know, get him the kind of player I want, and of course, as new owners, you should be able to spend money in upgrade of, for instance, Old Trafford, the stadium, the training facilities, and all of that. So I think these are talking points, and these are areas where the fans generally, they'll be hoping when we get a new owner. I think the owner needs to address um, these sort of areas or these sort of problems that we have. So it's a good news. It's something that we need to be excited about. So in the next coming weeks, let's expect more positive news in terms of club sales, if you know what I mean. So the Glazers out, prayers our prayers have been answered once and at least, if you know what I mean.
mm,
So let's see how it goes.
yeah, yeah. No, that's it. That's it. Well, yeah, no, that's it. Fucking 17 years. Jesus Christ, that's nearly my lifetime. Nearly, gee, like that's just. I mean, I think it's your total lifetime, Tom. Probably the same, me and you.
That's even more than a lifetime.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Gee, like fucking hell. Sorry that much. I sound to give you a tough time, Tom, since you were born.
Oh no, it's
uh,
fine. Yeah, sure. Honestly, like it's just bad to believe.
yeah, I know. I mean, I was only. Well, we got to see a good few days. The good days. The elves. We got to see the remainder of the free year. So I'm happy with that. I'm
Yeah,
happy with that. 2020. The good years. The good. Champions League final 2011
and nine,
and nine and
and the winning in 08.
exactly. Exactly. I'm going to read out a bit here, anyways. Now, some will probably hear it, but anyways, again, Mike Keegan, the man we were just talking about, came out this about an hour or two ago and said Manchester United's search for investment is likely to result in the full sale of the club, with a huge bill to either redevelop Old Trafford or build a new stadium, along with the prospect of significant upgrade to the training ground. The cost involved will be vast. There is more, but I just want to, they redevelop Old Trafford or building. I'm going to ask. Tom, couldn't you? Would you rather them redevelop Old Trafford, improve, a bit of stuff that Old Trafford, or would you rather them knock Old Trafford down and build a new stadium?
I'd say improving what you have at the minute. I think I like the stadium was good. I know obviously it's things like, but like I wouldn't completely make a new stadium. I think keep Old Trafford and just make the improvements you have to make. And because Old Trafford's a fine stadium, it's a lovely stadium, absolute fortress, brilliant stadium. Obviously been there myself twice, in best experience of my life. I'd honestly just improve the little bit you have to improve. Leave it at that. I wouldn't be changing, to be honest with you.
I think it's just because there's a lot of history in Old Trafford. It'd be sad to see it.
Yeah, it's a historic stadium actually. Like it'd feel bad. You'd feel wrong to like change it. Like,
yeah, I mean we've had a lot of legends stepping on that pitch. We've had a lot of crazy moments on that pitch. So it'd be a shame to see it go. But same question for you, Michael. Would you rather them redevelop Old Trafford or build a new stadium? You're on mute.
When you look at it, you look at the cost of rebuilding a new stadium, and I think it may not be a problem. It's a 50-50 thing for me. I know most fans will say Old Trafford has a lot of history, and stuff like that. But if you hear the reports about Old Trafford needing critical attention, needing critical upgrade in some parts, the leaking roofs and below standards. I think it all boils down to the new owner. The new owner will definitely get, and it depends if they have a lot of money. When the money is available, can it be possible for them to build a stadium in a space of, let's say, 2 years or 3 years? Depends, if the money is available and all of that. So, or what's the cost or what's the duration in terms of renovating? But in my opinion, Old Trafford has a lot of history, but there's a way we can actually renovate, expand, in terms of its capacity, give it more capacity, and renovate areas that are probably bad. You know, I, I, I think renovation will be good because Old Trafford is electric, but it still depends on the new owner and the kind of money they have. Will they be able to spend a lot? And building a new stadium, trust me, it's going to cost a lot. It's going to cost a lot of money, a lot of money. So I think it's fair. Like it's fair enough to say we renovate, um, Old Trafford. I think it's fair enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, Leo there with just a good old shot. Just paid £80 to watch Man United Legends versus a local team near me. They're doing a queue there as well. What legends are we talking? Because you're watching 3 legends here, but other legends. You know what I mean? Yeah, no. I mean, listen. Again, I think you said it, Tom, about owners. Whoever comes in, we have to back them. I mean, if they come in and say, "Listen, we're going to knock Old Trafford down," yeah, it'd be sad to see the stadium get knocked down. Luckily enough, I got to be at that stadium as well myself, 2 or 3 times. So I won't be like I was never there. I don't know. I don't think obviously I was there, but if you were never at Old Trafford, honestly, the way it's just like heaven. I'm just going to throw it in there, lads. Call me a bit biased or overreacting, but it's just the way just use your imagination. That exactly be it. But I mean, listen, I'd like Old Trafford to stay. I'd like them to fix a few bits. I was there in the summer there. The summer just gone, and okay, a lot needs to be done. But I mean, listen, how much it depends. Like, if the redevelopment is the same price as rebuilding a new stadium, then that's fair. But I can't see it being that built a new stadium or redeveloping Old Trafford being the exact same price. So I'd like it to stay. But listen, you never know. You never know. Just like the situation with Ten Hag, you have to back them. But listen, unless the owners come in, I like the Glazers. I'm sorry, I can't back them anymore. But the training grounds as well, I don't think any of us have been in Carrington training grounds. No, I'm not sure you can even go there to visit. Maybe you can, but you must see Harry Maguire there trying to kick a ball if you can do that. But anyways, it needs the training ground as well. I've heard that needs let's bounce back to Cristiano Ronaldo. without the chef and the same equipment still there. Like, I mean, obviously, if training equipment might be needed, the pitch that they train on. I mean, a lot of things need to be redeveloped, and I mean, geez, like it's a lot of money to be spent. Whoever comes in, there's money going to be spent. So, do you agree with, Mike Keegan, who said, the other they're going to redevelop Old Trafford, build a new stadium, and the training ground needs to be done. Would you agree with that one, or would you be like, nah, leave the training ground? Because I think stadium and training ground has to be at least a lot done to it.
I guess it needs a bit, but like at the end of the day, training is training gun. Like, I mean, fix it a bit, but like it's not. I don't see why. Like, Ronaldo can say this and that about it. Who cares, man? We don't like that guy just there chatting whatever nonsense. Like, I don't really care what Ronaldo says. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
Don't let him win. Don't let him decide. Like, oh, he said it. We have to change it now. Don't even
Depends.
dare give him the slightest bit of power. We got rid of this guy for a reason. We didn't get rid of this guy because you speak. We got rid of this guy because he was a negative, absolute prick. And thank God he's gone. He's an absolute wanker. I don't care. I don't like that guy. He's gone. If maybe it needs improving. Maybe it does. And I understand maybe improving small things here and there. I completely understand that. You cannot just improve it just because of what some random 37-year-old man said because he was having a temper tantrum. You cannot let that guy win. No.
It depends what needs done, though. It depends what needs done. Like, it does need to be done to it.
And it probably could do a bit of fixing at the same time, but don't do it just because of what he said. Don't even dare let that guy have the slightest bit of an influence or power on what we do in the club. Don't even let him have the slightest bit of power. I don't want to see that guy look and say, "Oh, I told you, I turned you the." I don't care what he says. I don't like have a mute button and mute that guy. I don't care what he says. Honestly,
I mean, I'm not going to sound like Ronaldo, but I mean, before Ronaldo even opened his gob, a lot of people were saying, "Old Trafford, the training ground needs to be to be fixed." A lot needs to be done to it. And I even mentioned, the summer, I even mentioned it. Again, I'm not trying to, obviously.
Yeah, I know it probably does. I know it probably does need improving. Like, I know it probably does. To be fair, I'm not trying to say improve. Like, don't all say it needs just because of what he said. It probably does, in fairness, but we cannot let that guy win. Not improve it all we want, but just make sure we do not let that Portuguese prick win. That's all I want. Just do not let that guy win. Fix it all you want. Do whatever you want. Just do not let that guy win. That's all I ask.
And Ronaldo, if you're watching, keep your mouth shut. Is what Tom would say. Other news as well. After November's announcement, the situation remains in the early stages. Those who have expressed an interest and signed confidentiality clauses have been provided with access to the club's financials. It is understood that the matter overseen by US merchant bankers Rain Group will move to a more formal stage in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Sergio Ratcliffe's Ineos company, however, faces substantial competition with multiple parties already involved from the US and beyond. Michael, I'll come back to you actually about the Glazers. Supposedly the Glazers, well, we all hope, but I'd like it to be sooner. The Glazers have said, well, I read out word for word while I'm at it because I don't want to. So the Glazer family hope to have sold Man United by the time the summer transfer window comes around. Would you like the Glazers to be gone sooner, Michael? Would you like the Glazers to be gone sooner?
Yeah, of course. Everyone wants the Glazers out, as soon as possible. And of course, I'm no different from every other person. 17 years is not a joke, It's a waste. It's a waste because these people have come into, to suck the club dry and to drain the club. They've had everything wrong in terms of recruitment, in terms of managers, getting managers, players, and backing the managers. We've had few managers saying that they weren't backed. We've had a lot of problems in terms of player relations and I think manager relations and toxicity, in all forms, in all areas. And of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, even if he exposed what we already know, it shows that the Glazers are they're just parasitic, like I said. We want them gone as soon as possible, and we are happy. Or personally, I'm excited because we are beginning to see a lot of news, a lot of updates in terms of the Glazers' possible sale. So it's just a matter of time, a matter of when and not if, because they will be gone as soon as possible. And what we want is they should be gone at least by the end of the season, if you know what I mean, by the end of the season, because we wouldn't want them in charge by summer, come summer, of course, when the summer transfer window kicks off. So we'll definitely want them gone because we want to have owners who will come in. It's going to be a fresh season, fresh start. Everything is fresh, and of course, fresh spendings, fresh everything, and Manchester United get to start afresh. We go to the transfer market, and you know, there's the money, there's the backing of the manager, and the psychology. The mentality. Everything changes. Of course, it's not rocket science, but we definitely will want to enter or go into the next season with a new owner backing the manager, and the manager getting what he wants, the player, and all seeing changes in terms of um, development or upgrades, for instance, in Old Trafford or in Carrington, you know. So it's something that we definitely want to see as soon as possible, and I'm excited because it's not far away. It's very close. Very soon we're gonna see real changes. We're gonna see the big news. That every United fan is gonna be smiling at the end of the day, seeing the Glazers out for good. So of course, we want to see them out as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd like them to be gone before the summer, though. Like I'm pretty sure uh, everyone else, every other United fan, I'd like to see them gone. But the last question, well, second last question before I move into the official preview. Tom, I'll ask you just quick answer before I move into the last question about this ownership and all that. Who would you like to buy Manchester United?
Jim Ratcliffe. I think he'd be good because he understands English football well. He's an United fan, and he's got a lot of money. I think he'd be right man to take us forward. I think much better than Glazers. As I said, I haven't really found anything that I'd be too worried about or too. I'm not sure about him because of this or that. Seems a pretty solid guy. Honestly, seems a good person to be owning our club. To be honest with you, I'll go with him.
Michael, same question for you. Who would you like to buy United?
I think learning from the Glazers, being Americans, or business people. I don't think I want Ratcliffe or any American owner to come in because these are businessmen, men who go into the stock market, and of course we know how it is, there's profit and loss, we know how the stock market operates,
Is he not English, Ratcliffe?
He's English, of course.
English,
He's from Britain. He's from the UK. There, of course. They say he's the richest man in UK. Of course, but he's a businessman, and of course, we know what it means for a businessman to own a club. They may not accept losses. In terms of investment. So, in my opinion, I think when we get somebody from maybe from the Middle East, maybe Saudi Arabia or in Dubai, in my opinion, I think it should do. It should do. But the most important thing is getting somebody who is competent, somebody who is credible. You know what I mean? Of course, Manchester United is a big name, it's a brand. Its name itself can actually get more money, generate funds, but we need cash. We know what it has been with the Glazers over the years, taking out dividends from the club, profits, monies that should have been invested in various aspects of the club. They've taken it. Now the club is short of money. So we need in quotes, short of money in quotes. So we need investors from the Middle East, like I said, or from the Arab world, because uh, there are instances, if you want to back your claim, you look at Man City, for instance, or you look at Newcastle, for instance, or you look at PSG, for instance. Um, we can see what these people have been able to do in a short period of time. You know, fine, they are still far off from Manchester United because Manchester United is still the better club compared to them. But imagine having somebody, an owner as them, who is competent. I think the missing piece for a club like PSG, for instance, and Man City is just getting hold of a trophy, if you know what I mean, just winning the Champions League. But Manchester United have won the Champions League. Of course, we have won the Premier League. We've won virtually all the competitions in the world. But looking at this modern time, this modern era, where we have to win more trophies, I think if we get owners like the Man Cities and the PSGs, I think we should be able to progress because there'll be more money to get the desired players. There'll be more money to renovate or to improve Old Trafford and Carrington, the training facilities. There are a lot of things that needs upgrade in terms of um, getting Manchester United up to standards. Of course, we need to get a credible and competent owner. We need to invest in Old Trafford and the training ground. So definitely, of course, and I think it's only the Arabs or those Middle Eastern investors who can actually come and do the magic for us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's the way to go these days, isn't it? I mean, look at Newcastle. They're eventually going to spend big, so I think it's the way to go these days, isn't it? Just have some to come out with the money because Liverpool, you know, they could be heading that way themselves. So I mean, just once you have me, I know the Saudi Arabians and that, the rights and all that, but I mean, listen, you just don't know. But I just want someone to come in that has a lot of money. Yeah, I know I used to call City Oil an oil club, but Newcastle have it. A lot of other clubs have it around the world. PSG, more than them clubs. So I think it's the way to go these days. Just have someone to come in with money, but how? I don't know. Just once you have money, just once you have money. But anyways, I mean, I think it's going to be an easy answer. In your opinion, just pick an answer. We'll start with you, Michael, and then we'll move back to Tom. Will Manchester United have a full sale or a partial sale?
There's going to be a full sale. Mike Keegan came out to say it's going to be a full sale, of course, obviously. But, the Glazers can be very strategic in that they may not want to let go completely of the club. They might want to give out 85% and maybe keep 15%, for instance. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But I think with the way it's going, it's going to be a full sale. We've seen various journalists, correspondents, they've come to say it's going to be a full sale. Mike Keegan came out. The recent update this evening was full sale. It's going to be full sale. So I expect full sale because 17 years, trust me, it's been a long time. So I think
The Glaciers are very greedy, though. So that, you know what I mean?
I think the point. Yes, they're greedy, and that's why I say they may not let go completely. But if you look at it from the other side perspective, it's 17 years, bro. 17 years.
Yeah.
So it's high time they need to let go. They've taken a lot. Like they've sucked us so dry that we need to, or they need to realize the fact that they need to move on. So it's going to be a full sale if they get a potential buyer, who will match up their price, the price tag, which is very important. And I think they put the club for about £5 billion. So imagine you have somebody who comes up with that amount. Trust me, I think it's going to be a full sale. 5 billion, it means you are selling the club completely. So if you have a potential owner who is able to match up your asking price, Trust me, it's going to happen. There is no partial sale or whatever or whatever. You understand what I mean? So it's going to be a full sale for me.
Yep, I agree. Tom?
I'd say full sale, hopefully. Oh, that's Michael at best. They've been home for 17 years. Full sale.
Yeah. It's not like people just own us for 7 years. 17. Like, we've had about fucking 4 or 5 different managers since then. And we have, I don't know, yeah, all right, they came in, I think, when Fergie was manager. But, like, Fergie was running away with it then, and, yeah, all right, he probably had a bit of, he had most of the players that he was happy with for that time being. So, and since Fergie left, the club went downhill. Because Fergie didn't take shit. And, he was like, listen, I want this and that player. You know what I mean? I've been here longer than you, so, as far as I'm concerned, give me what I want. So, yeah. But, lads, we're really talking about this pretty partial sale for 41 minutes, literally, on the dot. So, we'll move into the preview against Nottingham Forest. Tom, looking forward to it?
Yeah, I mean, 2 poor results, which far from ideal, but, like, Nottingham Forest are picking up a bit of form, but I think, Casemiro's back. Other than Marshall and Dallo, we still have a very strong team, which is more than capable to be on Forest, and yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm just so.
I'm not
well. Yeah, suppose he's injured for a few months.
Yeah.
So, life comes at you fast. You want your game time, you get game time, and you're gone. So, I'm just so happy Casemiro's back. Like, honestly, I've missed him so much. Like, if you said, Dean, McTominay is going to play tomorrow, I'd be like, just give me a few Panadols and water because I'm going to have a headache watching this guy. Honestly, he's good, but he just doesn't do. You go from watching a 5-time Champions League winner to McTominay.
He hasn't even won more than a raffle in his life.
Yeah, I know. He hasn't even won a one-on-one in his lifetime. Never won any of that shit. But, Michael, are you looking forward to the game tomorrow against Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup Semi Final, first leg?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course, I'm looking forward to it, considering the unfortunate loss against Arsenal. So everybody expects our players to react, if you know what I mean. And getting a win, I think that's what is clear. It's clear we need to get a win, reacting from Arsenal's loss. So we will definitely see a lot of positives, a lot of reaction, and of course we're definitely winning the game. Casemiro was absent, but we will definitely we'll see him in action, obviously, tomorrow, and even if we will have maybe a couple of our players rested, on the bench, for instance, Marcus Rashford, I think he's definitely going to have a rest. He has had a lot of games of late, so we'll definitely have him rest. Garnacho coming, and of course Ericsson will rest because against Arsenal he played. Surprisingly, he played the full 90 minutes, which was surprising. And I think tomorrow's game will be the perfect one for him to, to rest. Then we can actually see the Maguire and the Lindelof partnership, in my opinion. I think because I think Varane and Martinez, they definitely need to rest. They need to rest because there's still another game coming up this weekend against Reading, I think. So
Yeah.
it's virtually going to be a big change, or big changes to be expected in the squad. Of course, David De Gea himself too. I don't think he's going to start the game. It could be Butland, the new recruit. So it's virtually like changing the whole squad, if you know what I mean, the whole 11. So maybe except Fred played against Arsenal and McTominay, so we will see the Fred McTominay partnership. Then we'll see Bruno, of course. Then we'll see Weghorst. Then
He's shy.
Then we'll see Wan-Bissaka, of course. So I think Malacia will replace Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Then,
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
We'll get that in a minute for our predictions. I mean, are we all confident for that game? I take it, yeah? No one having doubts? I mean, just got this
Doubts
little
over
stuff.
not being- If you're having doubts over Nottingham Forest, then there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest. They're shy.
I agree with Tom.
They're not that
Obviously.
good.
Yeah, no, I agree. But United have not played at the City Ground since their memorable 8-1 thrashing of Forest in February 1999. And Forest advanced to their first cup semi final since 1991, but overcoming Wolves in the previous round. Think Ollie played then. A lot of legends obviously would have played in the 1991. Roy Keane?
No, I don't know. Marquis would have been at first, I think. Because Marquis joined us in 1992 or 3.
Hold on, I want to look this one up. Van der Sar? No, because he joined later than that, didn't he? He joined the club later than that. Hold on, I'll look it up anyways. If you have any guesses, just throw them at me and I'll see. Ollie did play though. I think Ollie did play.
Okay. United players that played for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Wow. I have no idea.
Hold on, I'll look it up here. Look it up here quick enough. 60 the second, 19. Right. So, Peter Schmeichel, Gary Neville, fuck off. So Peter Schmeichel, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, John Sen, Yap Stam, David Beckham, Ashley Cole, Andy Cole never played for us, didn't you know? Ashley Cole.
Yeah, Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole's the fullback for Chelsea and Arsenal.
Oh yeah, vice versa, yeah. So the big man.
Yeah, Ashley Cole's the one who cheated on Cheryl.
Oh Jesus, yes. So Andy Cole up top, yeah. So Ashley Cole was the weirdo, and Andy Cole was Argo, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom, right, grand.
Yeah.
Blomqvist, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, and Dwight York. On the bench, we had Nicky Butt, Cortis, May, Van der Gaal, and Solskjaer, who came off the bench, scored 4 goals in 10 minutes. 1 in the 80th minute, 1 in the 87th minute, and 2 in the 90th. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And yeah, I mean, basically we just made Forest look like shy. Let's hope we can do that tomorrow. But yeah, probably a stupid question, but Tom, right? Now I'll ask obviously a question after this. Can Nottingham Forest beat United?
No.
Just a question.
No, I really don't think they can. I mean, they have Morgan Gibbs White and Johnson. Those are the 2 best players.
You signed Chris Wood on loan. Not good, but like
dreadful. He's the New Zealand workhorse. That guy's dreadful. I'm sorry, he is terrible. Like, if we signed him for Newcastle, he's got like 2 goals since he joined them. He joined him a year ago. That guy is terrible. Yeah. That guy's. I'm not scared of one. He's just a lamppost. He's a New Zealand lamppost. That guy's shocking. I wouldn't be scared.
They drew against Bournemouth on the weekend, 1-1. Sam Sturridge got the goal for the. Michael, same question for you. Can Nottingham Forest beat United?
Nah, there's no chance. There's no chance. There's no chance.
Love it. Right now, Forest. I mean, Michael, how can United break Nottingham Forest down? Like, how can we break them down? Because they're not going to go all attack. They're going to sit back and try and beat us in the counter attack, like we did actually against Man City. How can Man United break Nottingham Forest down?
Well, it all boils down to the game plan. Of course, we're gonna play the high line. They'll sit back, of course, and if they sit back, they say the best form of attack is defense. But once Nottingham Forest sit back, they defend. Definitely, there will be pocket of spaces where we can exploit, if you know what I mean. Definitely, which can be detrimental to them because the pressure is them. The pressure is with them. The pressure is in their box. It is in their box, and they could be prone to errors. Making wrong passes and all of that. So definitely, when we play the high line, we with Weghorst playing or starting the game, it could be high balls. We could play high balls to him. If you know what I mean. So um, we have technical players, of course. If Rashford doesn't play, there's the Garnacho that I think Anthony will play. We have players who can actually break in through their defense, no matter how defensive they may be. We can actually exploit them. You know, but based on the fact that they're a Premier League team too, we can actually see they may not really defend as much, but they'll be cautious of defending, if you know what I mean, and they could actually want to hit us in the counter because definitely we'll be playing a high block, playing the
Yeah.
high line, you know. So of course our defenders will have to be very, very proactive in terms of preventing such occasions. And of course, Casemiro will play, and that's why Casemiro will be needed, to stop such transitions. So it depends on the fullback will have Lindelof and Maguire. So they have to up their games tomorrow because it will be more pressure on Nottingham Forest. Of course, like I mentioned, the high press, high line, the high block, and Nottingham Forest will be looking for a misplaced pass to break for a breaking play where they can exploit us, and they have decent players, who can actually um who can actually exploit the situation. They have fast wingers, and of course, Jesse Lingard he's one of our he was one of ours. We know what he can do, and I can't really remember the name of this other player they have too. They have wing players too who are actually fast. So, it all boils down to just staying sharp and, you know, preventing unnecessary breaking play because they will want to they will allow us to have more of the possession and, we'll have more of the ball, but they'll be looking for where they can actually break in, when we misplace passes because it's going to be a very difficult game for them actually. So let's see how it goes tomorrow. But
Yeah.
it all boils down to sharpness, being alert, being sharp.
Well, last time we played them was at Old Trafford, and they played a 4-3-3, and Lingard was their striker, which was a bit weird. But Tom, how do you think Manchester United can break Nottingham Forest down?
I mean, pretty much what I think Michael said already, but I mean, high line, quick tempo play, nice little passes together, try open them up as much as we can. We have rational clinical form, we have good players who were in great form in the minute break clinical. Just break them down, high line, all that, quick tempo. Should be something similar for us. I mean, Nottingham Forest are exactly a very tough team, so I thought we'll have no struggle beating them, to be honest. So, won't be scared.
Yeah. I mean, I know they beat Liverpool there, but anyone can beat Liverpool. Let's be honest.
Anyone can be difficult. We played Anthony Elanga and Jadon Sancho, and we were
Exactly.
Scott McTominay. We played them three, and we were still able to beat them.
Just goes to show anyone can beat Liverpool home or away. But I have the Nottingham Forest team news. Taiwo Awoni has joined Omar Richards, Musa Nikate, and Biancone, and Cheku Kayate on the sidelines. So he's out. And for us, Sancho is still not ready to return. The law is out, and surprise, surprise, lads, Anthony Martial is out once again. Has anyone got a bit pissed off over Martial's injuries yet? Like, would it be? I mean, we're looking at Harry Kane, Osimhen,
I get rid of him.
Vlahovic.
Get rid of Martial.
We were talking about Griezmann yesterday.
Inconsistency is shocking. I get rid of Martial. Like inconsistency is shocking. Like, he'd have good moments here and there. It's the same thing with like say it can be with like with a situation with a friend or anyone. If someone's inconsistent and they keep disappointing you, get rid of them. Get them out. Just get them out. I'm sick of constant injuries. Just get rid of him once. I'm sick and tired of this guy. He's injured. This guy is just gives me a migraine. I want him out. I want this guy out. And he's not even that good. Honestly, hear me out. Marco's not even that good. He's decent spells, but he's not a consistent player. To be a good player, you need to be consistent, and he's not consistent. Get rid of this guy. I don't want to see him playing for Sever again. I'm sorry that this guy is not good.
It's just made of glass.
He's simply not good enough. I mean, he can
Martial.
score a few goals here and there and have a good patch and think we all think he's good. No, this guy is not good. You could put him under any manager and you will see this guy's not good enough. There's none of this excuse making, oh, this and that. No, this guy is simply not good enough. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. He's not good enough.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of us accepting these inconsistent players. They're not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Michael, Martial, what are we saying? Sell him? I mean, we're talking about getting Harry Kane, Vlahovic, Osimhen, the likes, but Martial, what are we saying?
The thing is, I understand Tom's frustration, actually. Whenever we need Martial the most, he doesn't turn up, Maybe he's made of glass, he's very fragile, and, he always disappoints. And we're all tired of that. Me, myself, for one, I'm also tired of that, too. But he's still quality, regardless. He's still quality. When he turns up, he does a lot of stuff. You understand? But with the stage we are in right now, he's not reliable. And anyone who says he should leave, of course, they have a valid point, and I think they are making sense. But in my opinion, I think he can't be a backup. He can't be a backup to whoever we get, be it a Hurricane or be it Osimhen or Vlahovic. Martial should stay, but he can't be a backup. But it depends on him. If he'll be able to settle for that changed role, which of course he doesn't have a choice. He needs to understand and accept, because he knows he's fragile, he gets injured and all of that. So it depends on him. But going forward, he shouldn't be. I don't think he's worth being our main striker. Obviously, all Manchester United fans are disappointed. They know his quality. They know he's a good player when he wants to be, but he's so fragile and he's so injury prone, and that is not what we need at this point. As a team who is progressing as Manchester United, you need to have a consistent goal scorer. You need to have a consistent number 9. You look at Harry Kane, you look at Erling Haaland, you look at Osimhen, you look at Vlahovic, you look at Ivan Toney. There are a lot of strikers you look out that are out there. You look at how consistent they are and how consistent they are in terms of goal scoring and in terms of appearances. But obviously, Anthony Martial is not offering any of those. So I understand how Tom feels right now. Trust me, I do. The only thing I will say is he can stay, but not be our number 9. I think he needs to change that jersey number come next summer. Someone else, when we get maybe an Osimhen, Vlahovic or Kane, whoever the person might be, I think
Who would you
that
like?
person.
Those 3 names, actually. Who would you like?
Someone consistent.
I'll go with Hurricane. Obviously, Hurricane is primarily proven. At this point, we need him because it's a big risk. We know Osimhen and Vlahovic are great players, like great players. Don't get me wrong, but it's a question of high risk. Which player can you bet on and say, will set the ground or will set the ball rolling? And I think, in my opinion, I think it's Harry Kane. Harry Kane will do the job for us. He's Champions League proven. He's a goal scorer. He's a massive goal scorer and all of that. So
Yeah.
for now, he'll be 30. I think Harry Kane will be 30 this year, but he still has a lot. He still has like 5 seasons to give, and in that 5 seasons, I think he can actually, get us trophies. He's Champions League proven. He's Champions League. I mean, he's Premier League proven. Even in the Champions League, obviously too, because he does score goals. I think he has scored for Spurs in the Champions League this season too, of course. So Manchester United
Suppose I
now
was
we need
suppose let him down.
somebody. Yeah, we need somebody who is proven. We need somebody who is you 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 don't need to you don't need to impress, or we don't need to say you need time. Maybe like Anthony. We've seen how Anthony has been inconsistent for a while. We don't need that kind of player. Of course, we loved Anthony and we know what he can do. We saw what he did at Ajax, but can he replicate such performances in the Premier League? Yes, he can, but it's definitely going to take time. And that can be the case for Osimhen, or that can be the case for Vlahovic. But for Harry Kane, I think we don't need time. We need a striker. We need somebody who can be banging in those goals for us. And I think Harry Kane, in my opinion, is the preferred choice. But with what he has come out to say now that he wants to stay at Tottenham, uh, it's gonna be a difficult one. But it's between Osimhen and Vlahovic. Trust me. If we get any, I'm cool. If we get any, I'm cool. But I don't have any one that is above the other.
90 million euros. Harry Kane. So he's worth a lot, but I mean, I think was it Paul Merson said if we get Harry Kane, we can be funny. I know, Paul Merson, he's a bit big headed, never liked him anyways, but he turned around and said, if Manchester United sign Harry Kane, we can then challenge for the title. Is he right, Tom? Would you agree with Paul Merson on that one?
Yeah, I would, because Harry Kane proven consistent.
Yeah.
And obviously the team around him will be pretty good, because obviously he's got Casemiro, Fernandez, Rashford, Varane, Martinez. He's got some good players around him. Obviously, we'll buy more than just him in the summer. So I do think that we can be definitely trying to fight for the title if we get a player like him. But sure, just gotta see how it plays out, I guess.
Would you like him at United, or would you have any other options in there?
I'd go with him. I think it's be safe to go with him because he's a bit old, but Premier League proven. Vlahovic, good player, but not Premier League proven. Osimhen, good, but not Premier League proven. I'd just go with Kane, play it safe. Yeah. He'll do us for a few years, get someone new in. Mm-hmm. I guess just see how it plays out, really.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, I mean, listen, lads, we'll go into predictions. So, Michael, give us your predicted 11.
In goal, I think it's pretty clear. It's between Butland and Heating, but I think I'll go with Butland. Then the right centre back to be Maguire. Then left centre back it will be Lindelof. Then I think for the right back it's going to be Wan-Bissaka, obviously. Then left back is going to be Malacia. Then in the middle of the park, it's going to be Fred and McTominay. No, not Fred McTominay. I think it's going to be Fred and Casemiro. Then no, it could be Fred. It could be McTominay and Casemiro, and I think maybe it could be Fred. Of course, Fred could play number 10.
Who you go with in the midfield?
Yeah, I'll go with Scott, Casemiro, and Fred, because I feel Eriksen and maybe Bruno, they will need rest, obviously. Then of course on the right wing is going to be Anthony, and the left wing is going to be Garnacho. Then, of course, Weghorst. We've seen Ten Hag practicalize or change, try to change or experiment things. We've seen Luke Shaw playing as a left centre back. So who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe Fred could have his moment as a number 10 for just that tomorrow match. Because trust me, no matter how we want to say it, I think Bruno needs to rest. Ericsson needs to rest because we have big games ahead. So fatigue will
I
not
know.
kick in and injuries.
I feel like he'll rest them. He'll rest Ericsson, I hope, but I feel like he'll rest Bruno on Saturday against Reading. But listen, you never know. He could be right. Could be right. I mean, Ten Hag. He's one of those managers where it's like last season when we had Ollie. The team predicted it was the team that went out, which now you can predict the team. And Ten Hag, he goes crazy with his teams, but he turned out to prove us wrong. Tom predicted 11.
I think he'll play De Gea. I think it'll be. I'd say he's going to go with Malacia left back. I think he'll put Shaw centre back along with Martinez. He'll rest Varane, and then Rose back right back. Casemiro and Ericsson, and then he'll play it's Garnacho, Fernandez, Anthony, and Rashford.
I'm going to go with. I think he'll play Bolton on Saturday. We're playing Saturday. Now again, he could go Butland tomorrow and Tom Heaton on Saturday. That could be what he could go.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Butland, left back Malacia, the defence, Sandro Martinez and slab head Harry Maguire. Unfortunately, right back Wan-Bissaka, the midfield Fred and Casemiro. I'm so happy Casemiro's back. Jesus. On the right wing, Anthony, Cam, Bruno Fernandes. On the left, Rashford, and up top, the giraffe of Weghorst, unfortunately. But I'll get your score predictions and goal scores off you, Michael.
Prediction 2-0.
Confidence, Lager.
So it's going to be Garnacho Weghorst.
I hope Weghorst gets on the clean sheet. No, seriously,
It's going to be.
Just so I can actually jump all over the place and go happy, But Tom, give us your score predictions. If you're still there. You there, Tom?
I don't think he's there.
No, here's what. I need his predictions.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to really. Oh, he's back. There he is.
I see someone's trying to call me there. I don't know what happened there.
No, it's fine. Just want to get your score prediction.
2-0. Rashford scores twice.
Rashford to get to. I'm gonna go. Do you know what? I'll agree with you. Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll agree with you. 2-0 United, and I think Rashford and Bruno will score the goals for Manchester United. But listen, it doesn't matter how we win. Just once we get the job done, a nice clean sheet away. Chris Wood or Johnson or Lingard, don't fear me. I know Lingard, your best friend, Tom. Yeah. Hold on, see that thing about if he gets 5 goals? Is that in Premier League games or in all competitions?
Well, because he's that bad, I'm gonna be nice and say all competitions. Because he's that
Watch
bad.
him get a hat trick against us tomorrow and 5 goals already. He scored 2 already. So he just needs a hat trick. But I doubt it. But listen, Michael, thanks for coming on. Much appreciated. And Tom, thanks for coming on as always, man.
No bother.
And there will be a watch along tomorrow. I think the game kicks off for an 8 o'clock, so probably live around the half an hour before the game or so. Thanks everyone for watching. Like, comment, hit that subscribe button. Let us know your score predictions in the comments below, and predict 11. And let us know what you think of the ownership. Who will we get in, and who would you like? Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll speak to you all in a bit. Peace.